Now, in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Bennett screws up once more. Hey everybody, it's live from Harlem, New York City. Yeah, it's the Ramble with Alex. Well, where's the audio? Go. There we are. Ladies and gentlemen, guess who we got here? We go out to the left coast of the United States where Larry Bubbles Brown never leaves it.
No, although I did leave yesterday because the Blue Angels were in town. So
oh, God, I hated that. And they hated...
Actually, it wasn't the Blue Angels. They got, because the government shut down, they had the fucking Canadians sent their planes down. So I said, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Somebody had to come down to annoy you, right?
Yeah. So
what used to happen, let me tell people, what used to happen was every year they would have the Blue Angels do a flyover for what was it, the day, the holiday they had or whatever?
Columbus Day weekend.
Yeah, Columbus Day weekend, but it was called something else. It was like...
Fleet Week.
Fleet Week, that was it. Everybody gives each other an enema during that week. Anyway, did you get that? Fleet Week? Let me try it again. Okay, anyway. So they come into town, and what they do is a couple of days beforehand, they say, we're going to do a rehearsal.
Yeah, that's Thursday and Friday.
Wait a minute. Isn't this stupid? You're doing an air show, and you're going to do a rehearsal? Isn't that the show itself? You know. Mm-hmm. But what they do is they don't necessarily fly over the bay. They fly over the city. And they were coming so close to some buildings. I was going, one of these days, these guys are going to crash into a building, and nobody cares. They go, oh,
That could happen, yeah. And it just feels like your roof is coming off sometimes.
And I would usually get a nap between 1 and 3 in the afternoon because I like to stay up a little later. And so I would catch a nap. And when they were in town, I couldn't nap. They just went right over the house. I'm sure
That's unbelievable, yeah.
Well, I used to put them down a lot on the air, and I think they were sitting up there going, that's Alex's place down there. Let's buzz it. It was terrible.
You feel like you're in a town that's being bombed, pretty much.
Yeah, and I finally, I put them down enough, all right, that they invited me to take a flight with them. They were going to take me up in one of their Blue Angels planes. And I turned it down because I knew what was going to happen. They were going to do...
Oh, they would have made you pass out.
Oh, they would have tried to make me vomit, all over myself. So I didn't want to do it. And people go, you don't want to do that? That would be great. I go, no, they were out to get me.
Yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, I thought, oh, the government shut down. They won't have the Blue Angels. So that's great. Then a couple of days later, I hear, since the Blue Angels aren't going to be there, Canada is sending down their snowbirds to take over.
Oh, really? That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's a great story, actually, if you think about it. But I'm just amazed, that they still do it, and that the city allows it to go on. You can blame,
I think that was Dianne Feinstein's idea.
Oh, she thought it was a good idea? Oh, okay.
She's the one that got it going, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway. She's dead, isn't she? Yeah, I think she did.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Her last words were, more money. Yeah.
She actually made a pretty good senator for a while.
Until and then she got senile.
But they don't leave. They
never leave, yeah.
They just stay there and they go, I don't care how old I'm getting. Grassley, have you seen this guy Grassley? He's 92 and he's in the Senate. Give me a
But
break.
he runs 3 miles every day.
Does he run 3 miles every
Yeah.
day? Is that what they say?
Yeah, he just started that a couple of years ago. That's impressive.
I don't think he does, to be honest with you. Have you seen him? Does he look like a guy who runs 3 miles a day?
Well, he said he's doing it.
Do I look like a guy who runs 1 mile a day? No, absolutely not. Bubbles looks like a guy who runs, 5 miles a day, is it?
6 miles every other day.
6 miles every other day. And you still doing it okay?
Yeah, and someone told me, all my friends that have run, they quit years ago because of knee injuries and stuff, and
It's not.
someone said I've lasted because I don't do it every day. I do it every other day. So
Well, that could be, but still, you're putting a lot of weight on your legs. They're running on
and
pavement.
It's also I feel now when I do it, I just feel really beat up after. I feel very tired afterwards.
Yeah. So, are you more tired than you used to be? Yeah, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
I imagine. I can't even walk far now. I'm getting to the point where Marjorie has to hold my hand.
Jesus.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, it's just it's just age. And I, quite frankly, I don't walk that much. I used to walk a mile every day, at least a mile, 2 miles every day. And I stopped doing that during COVID. And after it was over, I kind of had lost my ability to walk like that. And now I stay at home so much that I've lost most of my ability to walk, period. So. Anyway, but last time I saw you, we were going to take a couple of weeks off for a vacation.
You're getting a big cruise.
Big cruise, right? The big $25,000 cruise. Okay, so the day before we were supposed to leave, I come down with this urinary tract infection. Now, not a lot of people have heard this story so far. Although I probably told it now once on the air. But I'm going to tell you so you can be amazed. It was a urinary tract infection. So what do? I go, I got to get a hold of my doctor. So I always find if I write him, okay, he gets right back to me. So I write him, and he gets right back to me. And he says, I'm sorry, there's not much I can do. I'm in Cambodia. Well, okay. He said, but go down, go get yourself a urine test at Quest and get back to me. Okay? So I get back to him. I say, I just did the test. He said, well, it sounds to me like a UTI. He says, and I'm not coming back till what is it? The 14th of October. He said, but I'll call your pharmacy. You see, this is such a small world we live in. He's in Cambodia, right? The jungles where supposedly Colonel Kurtz lived in what do you call it? In Apocalypse Now. So anyway, he calls in this antibiotic, and I take it, and the next day I'm getting better. Now I don't know if I wanted to still take the vacation because God forbid the antibiotics kind of stop working or whatever, and now I'm out in the middle of the ocean somewhere. So Marjorie, the day before, cancels our vacation. I told her to wait, but she didn't wait. And it's true. If I had gone on that vacation, at least would be marred by the fact that I'd be worried about this, UTI coming back and things like that. And who knows if it would come back, and then I'd be in the middle of that trip. So making that decision was a good decision. So now we have to give up all that money. United Airlines says they will give us credit for the flights that we didn't take. So if I ever need to use United Airlines again, we've got about, between us, how much, about $9,000 in credit But that's not money I'm going to lose. I'm going to get it back eventually.
Yeah.
What I have to do now is I have to have my doctor write a note so that I can, because the trip, because I asked for it and because it was part of the deal, it was insured, so I can get my money back. But I've got to wait for him to get back because he said he couldn't do it from there. I wanted him to write a letter so that I could give it to the insurance company and get my money. I could probably send the insurance company just the results of the urine tests or whatever, and that would maybe be enough. But I want to wait for him to get back and write me a note. So I'm hoping he will write a note for me, and I can get all my money back. So that's it. We didn't go. And
So what are the symptoms of this?
Well, to begin with, I, for weeks beforehand, had been getting fevers, and I didn't know what they were from. And then all of a sudden, I come down with this. I think it was in my system, okay, and it was just kind of lingering and lingering and lingering, and finally, it took itself out on being a UTI. And so I came down with all these symptoms. They were horrible. They were terrible. Stuff you don't want to... Yeah, I could talk about it. You want to hear?
I like to hear, yeah.
Oh, you like to hear? Oh, well, I had blood and blood clots coming out, and it was just horrible. And it hurt every time I'd pee and so on and so forth. I mean, it was horrible. It was just horrible.
It was burning.
And people tell me that if you let this go, you can die from it. So
okay.
I'm glad it was taken care of. And it was taken care of while he was in Cambodia. I love my urologist. He's a great guy. I hope he writes the note. Then I won't have a reason to hate him. But so it's I think we're going to be okay. And even if we're not, we just got a lot of money now. So what the hell,
You got more money than you could spend.
Well, yeah. So we can waste it some more. But I hope we get the money back. That would be nice. And then we're looking to do another one, maybe leaving from the West Coast or whatever. There's some other... Marjorie didn't like the cruise we were taking because it's very good. It supposedly has the best food in the business. It was a Virgin cruise. And they have great food, but it's kind of a party boat, And do we look like party people to you? So.
No.
So I mean, I would have gone and I would have had a reasonably good time. Marjorie would be complaining a lot, but we had a nice big room and we had a terrace. We'd go out and look at the water, and if we wanted to, we could walk around the ship, and there were these great restaurants there. So it was not going to be the worst kind of cruise you could take. And we got ourselves a suite, which is about a $15,000 suite. And it was really nice, And a great bathroom in it and, television set and the whole thing. It was very nice and fairly spacious. As spacious as we wanted to go, because if we went higher, the rooms were too big for us. So that was just right. But anyway, we had to give that up. So I hope somebody else got to use it. That's the story of our lives, all right? So,
right before you leave.
Yeah, right before I leave. And I wasn't waiting for something to happen right before I left, but it always happens right before you leave. And I didn't want to be out there with this lingering, even though maybe the antibiotic was working, and it worked pretty fast, I have to admit, and it took care of it. But you don't want to take that chance of going on a cruise and still having this lingering because you left with this problem, So I was happy with the way I was. So.
Okay.
I'm in a way, I wish we could have taken it just so we could have taken something,
Well, you'll take it later.
We'll take it later. Now, we were planning on coming out to California, but you talk about us doing this Alex Bennett reunion, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
But I've got some information. So.
Well, you see, thing is, nobody's gotten a hold of me. I don't know.
They keep going. I said you need to talk to Alex, and they said, well, why don't we just go through you? I'm going to hook them up with you.
Well,
But,
I'd like to talk to them directly so I know what they need out of me. You know?
Exactly. We've got a tentative date.
Yeah. What's that?
January 31st at Cobb's.
At Cobb's. Oh, very nice. Yeah.
450 seats.
Good. Good. We should be able to sell that out, don't you think?
I think there'll be no problem.
Yeah.
I think maybe they'd want to do 2 shows, but let's see. It's
Yeah.
maybe get this out now and see what kind of reaction we get. But I think it's going to be very good.
I think my first line when we do the show is to go out there and say, I know what you're all thinking right now. Man, he looks like shit. Okay, you all got my first line. You don't have to buy tickets. Anyway. But Lori's willing to come out, and
she has to, yeah.
And I know you guys they're gonna pay for our flights, but I've got to I'm gonna bring Marjorie with me, so I'm gonna get her a flight out too. So,
We'll take that money from the cruise and definitely go first class.
Well, we'll take United out and go, but whatever. But it would be nice to do it, and I have places to stay, and people who will drive me around. Since I don't know if I can drive anymore, Bubs.
Well, we'll take a Waymo.
We'll take a Waymo, right? You want to do that, so that's the one thing I planned on doing if I go out there. And I will sit in the back seat screaming, "Oh my God!"
That'd be great. That'd be a great video.
Something, I think I will actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I hear these things are pretty damn safe. They're probably safer than if I had you drive me somewhere.
There's been no accidents so far, and they're out there. They must have 40 of them. They're driving like 15, 16 hours a day.
For people who don't know what we're talking about, explain Waymo.
It is a taxi that is driverless.
Yeah. It's not like a Tesla, which can go driverless too, but it has like all this gear on top of it and so on. And
it's got all this crap on top and on the back, and
yeah.
I test them because I see one coming down the street. I'll step out and they stop.
Yeah. They're great. Probably I would imagine self-driving cars are the next big thing, only because they have less accidents than people do.
Oh, yeah.
Like I thought about, hey, if I bought a car right now, I mean, I'd hate to buy it because Elon Musk owns the company, but I'd probably buy a Tesla because they can drive themselves, so I don't need to really drive.
Right.
And I would trust it. I've seen videos of Teslas going through San Francisco. I know the streets they're going down, and they just stop at every stop sign, and they stop at every stoplight, and if they see traffic coming the other way, they stop. And I'm sitting there watching this thing. They had a camera in the driver's seat so you could see what it looks like, and it was terrific. It was incredible. Now I've gotten to the point where I don't know if I can drive anymore because it's been so long since I've driven. It's maybe been 8 years, 9 years since I rented a car and drove. And I just don't know if I can anymore. I get a little tired and sleepy.
Well, make sure you got to get the app on your phone so you can get the Waymo to come get you. So.
Oh, do I have to get the Waymo app? Okay, well that's simple.
Yeah.
That's simple to get. I could get it at your house and then order it up. But all they want is information like credit cards and so on.
Right.
To see that you can pay for the damn thing. And I hear it's a great experience. But where would we go? We'd have it pick us up at your place.
Yeah.
And then
take a drive around the city. It doesn't matter. It's just it's very odd when you see a car going by with no driver.
Could you just tell them that you want to take a tour around the city?
I think you have to have a destination.
Oh, okay. Well, we could have it go out to the beach or something like that, and then have another Waymo pick us up and take us home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess. Is that the way it works?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, no, I would love to do that. I think Marjorie would love to do that. So,
Yeah.
They're big enough cars to hold 3 people, right? So,
They're Jaguar SUVs.
Do they let you sit in the front seat if you want to?
You can, yeah.
Oh, okay. So they don't mind you sitting there.
You can't. I don't think you can sit in the driver's seat.
No. They probably wouldn't let you do that because you could tug on the steering wheel and do things like that, which would affect the performance. God forbid we should be the first people to ever get into a major accident with a Waymo.
We probably would be.
We're going, oh, this is cool. Oh, boy, we almost didn't make that stoplight. Oh, wonderful.
First fatality.
Yeah, oh, God, we're dead now.
So I talked to back to the show. They asked me, how do you envision the show? And I said, well, I think it would just be we have Alex and Lori come out just like the old radio show, and then have some of his guests on, like Bobby Slayton.
Bobby Slayton, I talked to him the other day because he had heard about it from Curtis. See, everybody's hearing about it more than I do, And I said, okay. He says, yeah. He says, I might be able to come up. He says he doesn't.
Yeah, Bobby never fully commits, but we got to get him on there.
Yeah. And he said, but if you fly me up, I'll come. So,
okay.
They get Bobby Slayton for free for crying out for the cost of a plane flight.
Yeah.
And then I'd have you there. And who else is in San Francisco that I could bring on?
Let's see, we could get. There's nobody left here anymore. I'm sure we could get Bob Rubin to come up.
But he's out in Canada, isn't he?
Well, he still has his place in L.A.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we could do Bob Rubin. I would be more interested in,
Well, anybody you want. Just think of people you want. Maybe Dick Bright.
Dick Bright. I'll probably be staying with Buddy Love.
Oh, perfect.
So, but I mean, we can think of people that we can get, and try.
But I think we just do. You just do kind of like the radio show, and maybe take some Q&A from the audience.
Play with the audience. I'll play with the audience.
Yeah.
I'll bring my wheelchair and wheel over to them. I don't know.
I'll reconstruct a traffic report.
You reconstruct the traffic. And now here with traffic is Larry Bubbles Brown. Okay.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, no, it could be fun, I mean, I just don't know if I've got the chops in me anymore, but we can give it a try. I know what I used to do when we used to do my shows, and I used to do some stand-up at the beginning of them. So, that I can do.
It'll be kind of like a breakfast with Bennett.
Yeah. And, it'd be nice. It'd be nice having Lori there. Lori, if you hear Lori and I together, for the stuff we do for this channel, Gabnet, it's like we never stopped doing the show together.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way, and it works really well. We work terrific with each other, And I love her dearly. So
you'll probably be offered a radio show. You come out here and do this.
Nah. I'm way past anybody offering me a radio show. In fact, I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if we fill the place. Okay, because I know that there are people that go, Alex, who? Yeah.
Well,
it's been quite.
I don't know. I rarely do a show where people don't come up and ask me about you.
Yeah, but that's you, and you get that older audience. The fact is that most people don't remember Alex Bennett in San Francisco, and I do think at the time I was one of the greats, but didn't last that long. It's not like I was there for 30 years on the air. They kept firing me from every station.
Well, you had a good 15-year run.
Yeah, it was a good 15-year run. Yeah. Hey, listen, we got to go here, pal.
Okay.
Run out of time. Let's do it again next week, okay?
Yeah, stay away from these UTIs.
Larry Bubbles Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
And there he was, Larry Bubbles Brown. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. There we go. Now I got to get some light. Now you see it's too much light. And then all of a sudden it changes. Wait a minute. Come on. Change. Wait a minute. Is it going to change? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Anyway, hello, everybody. I think I'm going to turn these lights down. Somewhere along the line, I may have gotten these lights too high. Yes, absolutely. No. Let me see here. Okay. Up, down. And I just don't want them to get too high. How do I turn this down? Oh, I see. Okay. There we go. The lights are just right now, I think. Yep. Okay. I'm sorry. Go off for 2 nights and everything sucks. Okay. We're going to talk to some people. Let me first do something so that I can handle it fine. And 2 people are waiting to go on right now. So we'll let 2 people go on right now. Let me see here. Admit all. Okay. Here they come, folks. Here they come. It should be. I said admit all. Okay, now that it's happening. There we go. See, there's Charlie Wallace. And Josh Wheeler is joining us. There we go. Hello, Charlie. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah. What does it say your T-shirt today?
It says, "The Earth's rotation really makes my day."
Okay.
Literally.
Not a very scientific shirt. Some of yours, average human being wouldn't understand. Neil deGrasse Tyson would understand your T-shirts. Anyway, and hello to Josh Wheeler.
Hello, how you doing?
There we go, and now we're getting some sound from you. Anyway, so this is us. This is just it for tonight.
Oh.
Listen, I could go to sleep right now, but I'll stick around for a while. Coffee, good. Anyway, so oh boy, I did something. Had to do something today. I had to go get some sonograms.
Oh, okay.
Of my what do you call it? Belly, my urine? What do they call that area?
Oh, because of the
and also the kidneys. So because they were going to do my belly, they were going to do my what do we call that area down there? Keep the bladder.
Yeah.
I'm losing all ability at the English language. Anyway, the bladder, they said, drink 32 ounces of water before you come down an hour beforehand. So I'm kind of fretting about this because if I take in that much water, man, I'm going to be peeing my pants all the way to their offices. But I seem to be okay, it seemed to be all right. And so I go to this thing, and the woman starts doing the sonogram and says, "There isn't enough water in there." I said, "I just drank, a ton of water, 32 ounces. Yeah, it's a lot of water. And you kind of got to do it all at once,
Yeah.
So he said, no, go out into the lobby and drink 3 more glasses of 12-ounce glasses of water. So I went and did that. Now I'm waiting until I feel I maybe have to go to the bathroom. because she says that's when you know you're filled. And I went back in, and she then put me down there, and it's full now. Okay, and she does the whole thing. And it takes forever.
Yeah.
You know? Have you ever had this stuff, Charlie? I guess.
Yeah, and I barely made it to the bathroom after it was done.
Well, halfway through, before she got to my kidneys, she told me I could go to the bathroom because what she had to do was do the sonogram with an empty bladder.
Oh, great.
And this whole thing was just anguishing. And it came off of a morning where every phone call I had to make to get something done was to no avail. All right. One of the problems that I had to make the phone call about was I had insurance for the cruise, right? Mm-hmm. So when the insurance went away, when I couldn't go on the trip, the insurance, I'm supposed to apply for the insurance. So the other day when I'm at my doctor's office, I had him fill out this form that they want from my doctor, and I brought that home, and last night I decided to just start filling out all the information. So I fill out all the information, and it's going really good. And then it says it wants I have a PDF of my doctor's script, his notice, his letter, and I plug that in, and it accepts it, and then I say, okay, submit, and I hit submit, and after filling out this whole thing, it says, sorry, we cannot complete this because your submission has not been saved. Due to computer problems. So I tried it again, and I had to go through all the stuff of just putting in tons of information, right? Got to the end, hit submit, same thing. Wait a minute, I got it over here. Wait a minute, hold on a second. I got to tell you something. Oh, yeah, here it is. This is what the message read. Confirmation, and then underneath it says, the claim information submitted cannot be saved due to technical error. Obviously not my problem, right? Anyway, so I then decide I got to call them this morning, right? And I call them. These morons they have on the phones to do these things are just without peer, okay? So I don't completely understand it. And she's going, well, here, I'll help you get your information, and then we'll mail you something, and you can fill it out. It'll get there in 2 to 3 days or something like that. Maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I can't remember. And I said, no, I just want to be able to fill out the form online. In fact, it says on your site that that's the best way to do it. And I said, it's not doing it, And she went, well, I think there's something wrong with the computer. Yeah, well, there must be. I mean, and she said, well, why don't you give me your name and everything? I'll give you a confirmation number, but then you have to wait for this stuff to arrive in the mail. And I said, no, I don't have to do that. I can fill this thing out online. Oh, it just it was crazy, okay? So after that, I then have to go drink, 32 ounces of water. And here I am. How you doing, Tom?
Doing okay. Waiting for trick-or-treaters. It's still early here.
Did you load up all the apples with razor blades?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We didn't have as many this year as past years, so I've got a lot of extra candy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
But we'll see.
Yeah. Good. I'm hoping that they come to your house, because they never come to our house. They never come, even if they have something down in the courtyard for the kids, and then they tell them, okay, we'll go upstairs and get some, do trick or treat or whatever. They never get this high, okay? Either that or the kids are scared of me, and that's an old crotchety man who lives upstairs. But anyway, so yes, Alan.
I know you like to keep things factual, but Waymo has had 38 car accidents. Let me finish this. You were talking about this with Bubs.
Yeah.
38 in the city and another 40 in the state of California on top of that. But that crash rate in the city is 4 times less than being in a regular car.
Yeah.
So they are safer, I guess.
Yeah, and
But Bub said there haven't been any accidents, and that's just not.
what
Yes,
were
that-
they? Were they fender benders? Do you know?
One of them was a fatality. Somebody, when one of the Waymos ran over somebody that stepped in front of one, like Bubs likes to do and stuff. And I think they're pretty good technology. I think he's on target there, but they've still got to work out a few bugs. And one of them, the FBI is looking into Waymo for
Ooh.
some kind of thing that happened.
That's because the FBI has nothing to do with themselves.
They actually started the investigation in January of 2025. So,
Tell you, there's an interesting thing. Do you see about this thing? I think in Michigan where they had this plot that was being hatched to do something on Halloween, and they went and busted all these guys. They were kids,
yeah.
and they busted them. Now, my question is, if they never went ahead with it, or they couldn't go ahead with it because you stopped them, are they guilty of anything?
Conspiracy, yeah.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy is pretty hard to prove.
No.
Not if they got plans and stuff.
Yeah, if it's all in writing or on the internet
Yeah.
and stuff, it's pretty easy to prove.
Yeah.
I mean, Kash Patel was there making a big deal out of it,
Well, I mean, he's got to do something for his money.
Yeah, what happened to Josh?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Money
the other question I asked, Thursday you were going to see the doctor, I guess. Did he change your antibiotics or give you more or what?
No, he just said he just wanted to go get these sonograms done. And, and I think he's going to use that as a basis to figure out what this might be or not be,
Ultrasounds of your bladder?
Bladder and kidneys, yeah.
Yeah, the ultrasounds, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got kind of not great kidneys. I mean, I don't have a problem with them or anything, but, whatever.
That's cool, good.
Yeah.
Hopefully he figures it out.
Yep.
He giving you something for the discomfort?
No, there's no discomfort. I'm taking the, what do you call it again? The
same antibiotics.
same antibiotics, yeah. Yeah, so, what the hell.
Big horse pills, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, good.
Anyway, so it is what it is, But he it's a little mystery, and he has to figure it out, So anyway.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody else has had where they stick the scope up your urethra called the.
Oh, he might have to do that too.
Cystoscopy.
Cystoscopy.
I would say it's not a big deal.
No, it's not a big deal, but it's an unpleasant idea.
Yeah,
It
unpleasant.
is.
Having an
I've had it done a
anaconda
couple
shoved
times.
up your penis is not a fun idea.
Yeah, I've had it done a couple times.
I've had it twice. One time, the doctor I went to caused an infection.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, if they don't do it right.
Yeah, if they don't do it right and sterilize and wear gloves.
And
They usually give you like one antibiotic pill, like Cipro.
Yeah,
or
when you
something.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, I took it, and I still got it. I really was in bad shape. I had to go to him fast. He said, "My God, it was not a good doctor. It was a real asshole, as a matter of fact." So.
Well, why didn't you offer to reverse the scope and put it in him?
Yeah, right. Hello, Ray.
Hi.
How you doing tonight?
Okay.
All right, that sounds exciting. And Josh, how you doing?
Doing very good, thank you.
Very good. That's better than just good. It's very good. What's happening that's very good?
Nothing in particular. Nothing special.
You're
I'm doing well.
You're just copacetic.
I'm just doing, what I normally do.
Yeah, I noticed the picture going out tonight is being blurry.
Oh,
This has got to be the record for the least number of trick-or-treaters I've ever had.
Really?
yeah, that's what everybody's saying, that nobody's showing up.
Wow.
I've had 4 people ring the bell.
Well, that's good. Think of all the candy you'll have to eat over the next.
No, that's not good because I will eat it. I got to get rid of it.
I know
Whoever
that-
comes next gets all of it.
Oh,
There you
really?
go.
Oh, okay.
A whole bucket.
Oh, anyway, so I'd be, you know, I guess we're okay here. I'm checking because I want to make sure we're going out all right. Anyway, no, I sometimes I'm just a little suspicious when they do something like this. And they say we got these guys and we found they were going to do this and that and the other thing, and it's like they're making they're grandstanding.
Yep.
You know, just make your arrest. Say you arrested some people on suspicion of something. But no, Kash Patel's out there. He's giving press conferences, you know. And I just don't trust that. I mean,
What
these
is
are...
he?
Huh?
What is it? What is it that you're talking
Well,
about?
this is the thing in Michigan where they found these kids, I think they were, who were planning, they say, on doing mayhem during Halloween.
Oh, whatever.
You know. And I just... am I forced to take the FBI's word for it? You know?
Yeah.
You know something? I haven't. I still. Oh, I see what that is. I know what that is. I gotta redo this again. Connect encoder. Okay, go. Come on. There we go. Now we're okay. I've been paranoid ever since about a week ago. We didn't go out on YouTube, so you know. Anyway, anybody been doing anything exciting? My God.
No, just about regular stuff.
And look, Tom Yamaguchi is probably had the most excitement ever. He's waiting for people to try and come and get candy from him.
He may have one.
Yeah, you know, so. Well, the only thing we have are these Lindt chocolate balls. You know, the Lindt chocolate balls are really fancy chocolates.
Yeah.
So if they do come to the door, they're going to get Lindt's fancy chocolates. Because that's all we got. Either that or we have some chocolate gummy bears. We have those. They might like those. Yeah. So any kids come to your place, Tom, or you just...
We just had some.
Really?
Yeah, two. So we've had about a dozen people.
Really? Now,
Yeah.
how many of those are adults?
Well, the adults are accompanying the kids.
No, just adults come to, or teenagers are,
We had,
come to your door.
we had a couple of middle school age kids come. Most of them are really young. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the teenagers will come later.
No, but I was just wondering because a lot of adults have a tendency to go trick-or-treating. And I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it's wrong, Charlie, because you're denying the children the thrill of having that evening for themselves. You know? Mm-hmm. And
Didn't bother my kids when adults went.
But then again, I don't mind it if a woman comes to my door dressed as a dirty nurse or something, you know. So.
You'd invite her in, and Marjorie's in the bedroom. Let's go this way.
Josh, have you had any people come to your door tonight?
Oh, they don't do that here tonight.
Why?
Why?
They have their thing here on a Sunday afternoon during the day.
What do you mean here? You're in a complex of some sort?
Just the little village that I live in. They don't do it on Halloween. I don't give anything out anyway, so if anybody knocked on the door, I wouldn't be answering.
Oh, you wouldn't answer. I see.
Yeah. They had a big deal at the clubhouse at 5 o'clock here for all the kids in my apartment complex.
Well, that's
In this,
nice.
Yeah.
That's very
this
nice.
In this big Trump world that I live in, apparently they're so woke around here, they do it on a Sunday during the day so that little kids won't have to go out when it's dark and maybe get hit by a car or something.
Wow.
So it's amazing how you live in these places that they complain about all that stuff, but then I see what I consider to be like wokeness, you know, which is like you can't let your child go trick-or-treating on Halloween night or whatever because it's dark and it's cold and they could get hit by a car, and it's like, okay, whatever, you know.
That was half the fun was going out when it was dark.
Correct.
'Cause
Yes.
used to
Right.
be
I don't know
daylight
why-
savings
I don't know
time.
why they do it during the day, but this area that I live in, they do it during the day, and they always do it on a Sunday. and it's always from like 1 to 3 or whatever, and it's like, yeah, that's when the
weird.
NFL's on. I'm not.
Well, I had a
you know.
friend, a woman friend, who had a daughter, and she was about, I guess, 6 years old or something. And I went on trick or treating with her, and you know something, that's kind of a thrill, you know, to see how happy the kids are.
Yeah.
With just everything, with their costume and with their, you know, with the food, with the candy they get.
Yeah.
Until they get home and their parents are going crazy because the kids are jumping up and down and just crazy because they're so full of sugar.
Sugar rush.
You know, because trick-or-treating treats, you never hand out like vegetables. You know, kids don't want that. I had a thing once where I had, you know, I was working for a radio station, and we would get all these albums, and I would take the albums and I would pile them up, the ones I didn't want, next to the door. And so here it is, trick or treat, and the kids knock on the door, and I go, hi, and they say, yeah, trick or treat, and I say, okay, and I'd hand them 5 albums. Well, they go away, and then about 10 minutes later, have you got anything better than these?
Yeah, Sean Cassidy albums weren't real popular.
They weren't very popular, but you know, that was my last time of really adhering to trick or treating. And
Yeah, I don't know what has made them do Sunday here, but it's been that way for, I guess, as long as I can remember.
Oh.
well, what I'd like to know is why how trick or treat started. I mean, what, you know? And you've got to live behind your trick or treat. If they don't treat you, you better be ready with a trick. Pick a card, any card. No, no. You know, but a toilet paper, I think, was our favorite form of trick. There is a place, and I can't remember where, I saw it on the news tonight, where these people went and they were TPing houses like crazy, and it was just, they were just doing it for fun. And finally, they did the police department, and the police department said, "We're irritated by this, and we're going to come get those people." And what they did is they found out where these kids lived, and then they went to their house and toilet papered it.
Oh, that's good.
That was really good. Yeah, that's terrific.
Yeah, it is. Instead of using toilet paper, they use crime scene tape.
Yeah.
That would have been a good idea.
Well,
Yeah.
And you would have known who did it.
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
on the expensive side. But
You can get 1,000-yard rules for $10 all over the place.
so, how did you like our embarrassing president overseas? Wasn't he terrific? Bumping into walls and, you know.
Wandering off, yeah.
I think he's out of it. I think he's
Feel
really
good.
got a mental problem.
Yeah.
A lot of people think he had a stroke.
Really?
Yeah, well, why have the MRI, you know? Yeah,
That's often why they do an MRI like that.
absolutely.
The question is, it's a yearly checkup of the president. Maybe they do an MRI. I don't know.
No. He just had one. He just had his yearly checkup twice in a year.
Yes,
and
that was the part
last
that was
month.
Yeah.
And then this was an additional thing that he did. So he's been to the doctor twice since that he wasn't scheduled to be.
You know, if it was a stroke, it wasn't big enough.
Yeah.
Well, if he has a stroke, well, J.D. Vance would be president then, wouldn't he?
I just heard a rumor that J.D. Vance may be divorcing his wife for Charlie Kirk's widow.
No, really?
I heard that too.
Yes.
That was a
It's in a lot of places. I don't
yeah.
know if it's true or not.
Well, I mean, he's been. Let's see your. There we go. See your face. Good. He's been seeing her a lot in various political activities.
Yeah.
But it could be they're together a lot, and she's lonely, and
But
JD.
he's married, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
To a Hindu woman.
Yeah.
Listen, did that ever stop Donald Trump? Did that ever stop?
No.
Did it ever stop Jack Kennedy?
No.
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 I'll give equal
Bill
time
Clinton.
to both parties. Bill Clinton.
Different
Bill
times,
Clinton,
though.
yeah.
Different times.
Well, see,
Bill Clinton?
I often felt bad for Bill Clinton because he was at an age where he started to wonder if he was going to be attractive anymore, And so here comes this woman who says, I like you. Here, let me do a few things with a cigar you never saw before,
Right.
And so he just, I think, in a way, he was somewhat put upon as well. So,
Yeah, but weren't they when he slandered himself? Weren't they questioning him about that other affair, the one before when he was governor?
Yeah.
the one
name?
Watergate.
Well, the one with what's her name?
Flowers or
Jennifer
something?
Flowers.
Yeah,
Well, I'll
Jennifer
tell
Flowers.
you, I interviewed General Flowers.
General Flower.
Jennifer Flowers.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I asked her maybe one of the best questions I ever asked anybody. I said to her, she says, "No, a lot of people don't believe that I had sex with Bill Clinton, and a lot of people deny me the right to say I did." She said, "But," I said, "look, I believe you did." I said, "I have no question that you did. I don't think you would lie about such a thing. But was he a gentleman afterwards?" And she said, "Absolutely. He called me the next morning, wondered how I was." And I said, "Then I'll vote for him again." I'll vote for him anytime. That's being a gentleman. That's all I cared about. I didn't care whether he was, cheating.
He's
on
lucky
his
that
wife.
it was Monica and not Michael Lewinsky.
Who's Michael Lewinsky?
Nobody, but it's just like he's lucky that it was a girl that he had sex with.
Well, you know something? I'll tell you about Monica. I mean, I worked here in New York at WMCA, a radio station called WMCA. And my boss was R. Peter Strauss. He was the guy that owned the radio station. And he wound up marrying Monica Lewinsky's mother
Really?
and becoming her stepfather. Yeah.
Wow.
So, not while I was working for him, but he had a wife at the time, and then she died. I hated her because she used to refer to all the people that worked at the radio station as the little people.
Lovely.
That was rough. That was rough. So anyway, I in a way, you can start talking about Trump, and there's a lot to talk about. God, there's a lot to talk about. But I think the thing that's bothering me the most is that he even went to Asia while we were having these money problems back here in the United States. And like he didn't care about them. You can eat cake. I'm going to Europe to get a crown from South Korea and dance with a marching band in a bunch of dancers and where else?
Crap that Snap was going to close down because they're going to run out of money.
They're going to run out of money, and it's just terrible. It's horrible. And yet he goes away. At that point, I mean, if he wanted good optics, he would say, "I'm not going away. I'm going to stay here because we need to get this thing taken care of." But no, he just left. He had to go on his ego tour. And I find that just abominable. And then we're about ready to have our election here. Election day is Tuesday in New York City. And it looks like the communist is going to win.
Hope so.
I'll tell you, if you aren't in New York, but if you were in New York, you would see a guy running an absolutely perfect campaign. His ads are terrific. His speeches are great. When he was in the debate, he held his own very nicely. In debates, I have a problem with debates because I don't think just because somebody's a good debater doesn't make him a good president or a good governor, good mayor. But he really held his own very nicely. And all I ever saw coming out of Cuomo was Mondami this, Mondami that. And after a while, you go, Cuomo's old hat. He's just like, he's spoiled meat. And I couldn't, it was really, we voted already, and we voted for Mondani. So you're just up there in Rhode Island looking at this, Jeff, saying, hey, what the hell,
Well, I can't vote because I'm in Connecticut, not New York.
Well,
so-
I know, but
Yeah, but
you've been
I
following
asked my
it,
son what he's doing, and he's doing the same thing that you're doing.
voting for Mondani. Yeah.
Right.
42 ballots.
What?
Don't you get 42 ballots each? No.
No, he's 10% ahead right now,
Good.
And I hope, Cuomo was good for a while, but, in this case, here's a guy who seems to really love New York and tries to commune with New Yorkers, and he's pretty terrific. I can't fault him for much, and he could turn out to be an absolute liar and the biggest crook in the world.
Now,
And
that's going to be hard to do.
no,
To be able to beat Trump at that?
well, all I'm saying is, politicians lie when they're running for office. Haven't you heard that? And so this guy could be playing a game against us, but I don't think so. At least it'll be refreshing. Have you heard anything about?
Did they say that about the last mayor they elected? That he was refreshing?
Oh no, never said it.
Never said that?
No,
Okay.
he was a stiff. He was maybe the worst mayor we've ever had in this town that I can remember. And we had a couple of lousy ones, but I hear Dinkins wasn't that good. Anybody know anything about Dinkins? I wasn't here for Dinkins. Oh no, wait a minute. Did I interview him? No, I didn't interview Dinkins. I interviewed the really short guy who was mayor. Anybody know the name? No? Okay, well, anyway. Bean. All right, very good.
Yeah. I remember
Abe
him
Bean. And I swear to you, he sat in a chair in the studio and his feet didn't touch the ground. And then he said to me, he grabbed the earphones, and he said to me, so when do I put these on? And I said, you don't have to put them on because we're not going to take any calls. He said, oh, okay. Just tell me when you want me to put them on. I said, again, I'm not going to. It took me a half hour to make him realize he didn't have to wear the damn earphones. He said, are we going to take calls yet? Well, anyway. So,
Yeah, go ahead and put them on. The president's calling later.
Yeah, exactly. So, we had our little deal there, and it was pretty good. Anyway, let's. What else is there to talk about, Josh? Come on, you drive the discussion.
Well, I think that I wouldn't, if I were Democratic leadership, I would not be concerned with worrying about any of the programs that are not going to be funded, because the party that is in power purposely went out of their way during the election cycle to tell people how they didn't need government and how they should be getting rid of things. And when it comes to several of those things, specifically food stamps and health care subsidies, I think that that party, even though they know better, on a public face, has made it sound for a long time, and that they believe that the people who benefit from it the most are what they would call, or what they would believe would be, black people and Mexicans. Okay?
Yeah.
But it is not. I am telling you that the people that are on food stamps and health care subsidies more than anybody are white people in poor rural areas. Okay? Like Appalachia, West Virginia, Kentucky, parts of PA, Virginia, all these rural areas that love Trump. I'm telling you that it is Trump's voters who are benefiting the most from these programs. And that's their guy, okay? He's their guy, and their people are in power.
Mm-hmm.
So if these programs run out of money and they cannot be funded, I wouldn't. Their stories of all their strife and suffering are not going to tug at my heart, not even one little bit. Matter of fact, I will enjoy their suffering because I will just tell them what the Republican Party has told them for years. Take some personal responsibility, get an education, and get yourself a job, and then you won't need any of this stuff. Let's just let them have. Everyone needs to stop going out of their way to make sure that there's no pain and suffering or consequences when people elect people. If there's not, then this cycle will never stop.
You do have to remember, let's be a little nice about this, that not all those people in those areas voted for Trump. I mean, I know there's probably a massive amount, but, what I'm saying, what I think is, you keep talking about the Democratic Party not doing a good job of making their case on things. And in this case, they really, I said to Marjorie tonight, I said, the Democratic Party should be taking out ads on national television, on local television stations, and a bunch of other places where people watch, and just have ads talking about this whole thing and saying, hey, the Democrats did not cause this. They were trying to not allow you to have medical care that you should be able to get, and just push it. But they don't push it. They go, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm just saying. I'm from these areas. I travel through these areas. I work in these areas. I'm telling you that the people that love Trump, like my mom and dad, really live under the impression that the people that benefit from these programs are all minority, Democrat-loving people. Okay. The blacks and the Mexicans and all. I mean, I'm not saying this. This is what I'm saying. These, the silent majority thinks. Okay,
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that the numbers don't bear it out. And what I see, what I know to be true, is not. The kind of people that are on these programs are people like J.D. Vance's crackhead mother. Okay, those are the people that are on these programs.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
These crackhead mothers from Appalachia, you know what I'm saying? I mean, these are the people. And they're all his clan. So they need to learn their lesson. No more of your food stamps. No more of your government subsidies for your health care. If the farmers don't get their free money for
Josh,
the crops.
they're not learning the lesson. And you know why they're not learning the lesson? Because the Republicans, they are listening to, and Fox TV, which they listen to, are saying this is the fault of the Democrats. And somehow there has to be some messaging out there to change that idea.
Well, that's if they don't, that's fine. But I mean, I'm just saying, if I were a Democrat, I wouldn't be bothered by this, and I wouldn't be worried about whether or not those people, if they get upset and get told this by Fox News, won't vote for me as a Democrat because they're not voting for me anyway. To me, the Democrats have the advantage. They can sit there and tell Trump, I'm not moving ever. And you know why? Because what are you going to threaten me with? We might lose the next election.
Well, let me put it this way. Who do you think's going to cave first?
I have no idea, but I mean, I assume at some point the Democrats probably will, because that's what they normally do.
I don't know. I don't have the, but I'm gonna push back a little bit about Democrats not getting the message out, because the polls that have been coming out have been pretty consistent that people are pretty much blaming the Republicans for the shutdown.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine. But the message is getting out. Whether you consider because you're not seeing the Democrats doing advertising 24 hours a day. I mean, one thing, they're trying to run a bunch of campaigns for the election. And so the message is getting out. So I would say the way things are going right now, I think the Republicans are probably going to cave first. I mean, they've already lost Marjorie Taylor Greene.
And when you've lost Marjorie Taylor Greene, that's a pretty hard thing to do.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So the Republicans are slowly beginning to cave in. I would say that the Democrats are probably going to prevail.
Yes, Alan?
I think that with the Affordable Care Act and the medical things, leave SNAP out of this for just a minute. I think the states that are being hurt the worst are red states. And I think even Josh was...
That's what Josh was saying.
Yeah, I think that's what Josh was saying.
I wouldn't worry about
Hi,
it.
Brian.
I mean, seriously, I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh,
When Trump
wait a
comes out
minute.
and says, if it keeps going on, we're just going to cut all these programs. We're going to do away with them, all these Democrat programs. You know what? The good. Eliminate every single one of them. To do it today.
Skull, what's your...
Just call his bluff. Let's do it right now.
Skull, what's your opinion?
Skull.
I mean,
we're all dressing up. What
would.
happened?
Yeah, what are you dressed as?
Let him go ahead and let him go ahead and do it. Good. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and do it. I mean, what I'm saying is, in the late 1920s and early 1930s, the government didn't do squat. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
People needed help, and the government didn't do squat, and it ushered in, what I've told you before, which was the most progressive 50 years in American history, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it ushered in an era of liberalism. And if the Democrats would play their cards right and allow things to play out, they have the possibility of once again teaching a new generation of people that when you take the government away, it doesn't work out quite as good as nice sounding people like good old Ronnie Reagan or buffoon clown sounding people like Donnie Trump make it sound. It in fact has real world consequences, and you might want to rethink it. And if they just let them live and just let them have a little bit of what they want for a while, they might learn. There's a saying out there, the military uses a lot, right? One of these days you're going to get everything you want, and then we'll see if you want all you get. That is exactly the motto I would be living by for the Republican Party right now. Right. I'll give you every single thing you want, and then we'll see if your people like it. Let's cut every program. If you start naming them, let's start cutting them. Because we have nothing to lose. We have no power. We have no prospects hardly of power. Mm-hmm. So let's just let you see. Let's let you drive the car for a while and see what happens.
Yeah. Let me see here. I got to bring up something to Brian Neary. A little side bar thing here. Mm-hmm. I was watching a video tonight about a Chinese car. It's a big, giant limousine type car. Mm-hmm. And it's got some weird name. I can't remember the name now. But they want to bring them to America, and the top of the line, I think, starts from under $100,000, but it's got everything inside.
Yeah, I told you before, my friend works for NEO, and that car is very, very high tech. You get in it, like I told you guys before, there's like a little ball in the middle of the dash, and you get in it, and they'll say, "Hi, Alex, are we going to work today?" And then you say yes, and then it goes GPS, it shows you work, and says, well, there's gonna be a little traffic, whatever, and it just talks to you. It knows you, it talks to you, learns to you, and the cars are beautiful. They have all different models, and then I'm seeing this. Well, I have a Chinese lady friend, and she says,
"Oh, really? Do you have an Asian girlfriend now?"
Yes, surprise. I ran from Vietnam though.
You really have yellow fever, don't you?
Okay. So, anyways, she says, "Yeah, but don't trust the safety because they have all those cars have a lot of safety issues." But the cars are very, very, very high tech now, and
the Chinese cars look phenomenal.
Yeah, the cars that we drove on that day, my friend's work, and those are very nice. But then, and this is like almost a year ago, and we said, "Are they going to come to the U.S.?" And they said, "There's no way." they're not letting these cars in.
Okay, well, let's get back to what we were talking about. The Democrats, I don't think, are handling this well. I don't think their messaging is not good. They should give a call to Mondani and find out what he thinks, because, he found out the right messaging. You go to the pockets of the people you're trying to get to vote for you. And what he's saying is, we want to lower the rents, we want to do this, we want to do that. Free bus fares, no bus fares in New York.
But that's what Trump said. No tax on tips. None of this. He keeps saying all this stuff, and then it's not on there. Exactly.
Well, Trump never does what he said he's going to do. This guy looks like he's going to do what he wants to do. He claims he can run a free municipal bus system, and it will run more efficiently when people didn't have to stop to pay for it. They get on the bus and then they can't find the right thing, and a bunch of people are waiting outside trying to get on the bus. And they said, time is money. If we run them so that people just walk onto them and take rides, we'll see what he does. We'll see how he pulls these things off. Because, he's still got to go through a city council to get them done. So, but what do you think about Mondani, Josh? I mean, about his messaging?
I don't pay much attention to it, to be honest with you. I've only heard him speak, with little clips they play on the air or whatever. I mean, I haven't really worried if he was a communist and all that, I'm saying. I think that's all, made up rhetoric stuff. If he is, then he is. It's not illegal in the United States of America.
No, it's not.
Run under that label anyway, So for people who love freedom so much, they seem to forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I typically haven't been fans of most of the mayors of New York because for some reason they tend to elect buffoons there most of the time. So, he might turn out all right. I mean, I don't pay much. I see it as a local thing. They want to try to drag it into the national spotlight, and I don't.
No, but I don't
understand it. If you guys like him in New York, then that's okay.
I think what they're trying to have it looked at as is a template for what you might be able to do somewhere else. You couldn't do this everywhere else outside of New York City, but you could modify it and do it outside of New York City. So.
Yeah, right.
Have you been paying much attention to it, Tom?
Yeah, I've been paying attention to New York mayor race. Yeah, I really like him. I heard clips from the Daily Show. He's really funny.
Oh, he's funny. He's
funny.
He's young,
intelligent. He's just really good.
And meanwhile, Cuomo's out there debating him, and he's like 70, and he's playing from the same playbook he's played from for the last 40 years. And this guy's just changed the whole thing. This is the way. And there's a joyfulness to his campaign. That's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, how are you doing, Brian? Kevin, rather.
Good.
Brian, good.
No, I'm doing good. Adrian's trick-or-treating right now with her friends, so I got to pick her up a little bit.
Okay, I hope you didn't let her dress as a slutty nurse or something like that.
No, she's a pirate, and if you look on my stories, you'll see her, and she looks like she's like in high school.
Really?
She's just so tall and long.
Yeah. I'll go to your page later and look at it. Kevin, how you doing?
Okay, how about yourself?
Well, I was just wondering how you're doing. You're moving. You're moving to Oregon. It looks like you're emptying out that room.
I've been doing a lot of that and filled up a 16-foot container today and sent it off, so we're moving right along.
How? I hate the idea of moving.
It sucks.
It
sucks, but in the end, it should pay off. So that's the way I'm looking at it.
I had one time when we had enough money to do it. I think it was my ex-wife Susan, and I decided to send somebody into the apartment here in New York and empty it out and send all the stuff to us.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the problem is I used to do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, what happened was the stuff got to us in California, and we opened up everything, and we found a cat box with cat litter in it, and the turds still in the cat box.
Yeah, we don't clean no turds.
Huh?
We don't clean no turds. You just put it in a box and send it out.
Yeah.
Back everything up and let it go.
Yeah.
I had
Put
that
the
happen to
cat
me.
in
I
there,
was doing
too.
a job for a guy up in Woodside back in the 80s, I think it was. And me and my buddy were doing a job for the guy up there in Woodside. He was in the middle of a divorce, and his also with his girlfriend who was having a baby. Well, on the second day that we were working with him, this is up in the hills of Woodside in the hoity-toity section.
The rich area.
Yeah, and he's getting ready to, I don't know, he's doing something. He comes out to us and says, "My girlfriend's having the baby. I gotta go. Do what you gotta do." And he just left us in the house. And he said, "Put everything in boxes, take it over to the other house." And I went, "What?" So we literally had boxes. We opened up drawers. We turned the drawers upside down until they were empty. Closed the box, sent it off. And there was one drawer that I probably poured $1,000 into the box. Just money he had laying around.
Oh, God.
And then I took it down to their house. We took it down to the new house and dumped it all in the garage, shut the door, and said, "Pay me later." And he paid us plus to do it. I think we both walked away with a couple $1,000.
Wow.
Back in the 80s, it wasn't bad.
Back in the 80s, it was pretty good. You know.
Good deal.
For a weekend's work.
It's just somebody called
Yeah,
Parker.
but it's just, what they do is that, there are those, you can do that now. You can still have somebody go in and do all that stuff. But me doing that, it's like doing a brake job on my car. If I didn't do a brake job and sent it out, my dad would probably zap me from above and slap my head, say, "What are you sending it out for a brake job for? Do it your damn self."
Yeah.
Because that was our business. Stoppers, tire, and brake.
Yeah. Oh,
Get it?
Oh, that's a little tricky wordplay
Stopper,
there. Huh?
brake,
Stoppers.
get it?
wait, stoppers what?
Tire and brake.
Brakes. Stop.
We were brake specialists.
Stopper and brakes. Okay, yeah, that's close. Yeah, okay. I just
You have to stop.
I still
brakes.
think my ex-lawyer's mother's law firm for divorce of Reamer, Skinner and Reamer was really probably the best name I ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, I don't know.
I've had a lot of other versions go on, but no one go there.
I had a dentist named Dr. Panic.
I would have changed my name if I were a dentist.
Yeah, well, he was Jewish, so he wouldn't change his name. So,
well, what's in a name, huh?
Why, Jews don't change their name or what?
no.
Yeah, Jews. Jews don't change their names.
Really?
No.
Is it against the religion?
They don't change their names at all.
Huh.
I
didn't know that.
I knew a guy named Bennett Schwarzman refused to change his name.
What the hell did he do that for?
I don't know.
Sacrilegious.
Yeah. So anyway, we live in as I said before, we live in interesting times, and I just think that it's time for the Democrats to get some balls and take the offensive. I just don't understand their thinking on stuff. And I do agree with the people. Why I like Mondani is because he is offering a new way of doing things. Yeah. And a new style. And while I was going to say that while it works in New York, it may not work in Chicago. But you adapt it to Chicago. Because the same thing about caring about people and about making sure their rents are right and, calling out for that, I think is a great message to have. I mean, like, for instance, Tom, what's your biggest problem right now that the government could correct for you?
Well, the biggest problem in the Bay Area right now is homelessness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and finding housing for people, affordable housing. It's something that we've been working on a long time, but it's going to take a long time to solve.
Cuomo says in his ads that he is going to get these homeless out of the subways. Then where are they going to go? You know, it's a very hard problem to solve, but it's also a very easy problem to solve if you have a heart, you know?
Yeah, well, you build housing.
How about you, Ray? How would you like things to change? What's your basic need?
Me?
Mm-hmm. How about health insurance?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I have to agree. In the Bay Area, it would be homelessness, and it can be solved. We have no problem building camps for people who are said to be illegal immigrants with Alligator Alcatraz overnight.
Yeah.
Why can't we could build something better overnight for homeless? We don't do it because we don't want to.
We don't do it because
London Breed.
There's not enough desire to get it done, and we have the means by far. We definitely have it. And
London Breed ran on that campaign, and then she got into office and she said, "Wow, this is a bigger problem than I thought."
Because there's all these people who don't want to do that.
California is the 5th or 6th largest economy in the world. They got a lot of money.
Yeah, but look at our freeways. Everything all around Apple, all around all these high-tech companies, and the freeways are terrible.
Well, there's so much corruption in
around the whole Bay Area.
State government.
Terrible.
Well, it could be also some of those companies, and some of the people who are in those companies aren't paying their fair share of taxes too.
Yeah.
I mean, somehow you got to cap they have a cap on how much you have to pay and so on and so forth. It should be much higher for them.
When you left the Bay Area, Alex, how much were you paying to cross a bridge?
I think the Golden Gate was something like $1.25.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know what the Golden Gate is, but the state-owned bridges are $8.
And gas had hit $2, I think.
The Golden Gate's like 12, isn't it? Something like that?
Yeah, it's 11.
Wow.
That's what I heard, yeah.
But the regular state-owned bridges, the San Francisco Bay Bridge, Dumbarton, and the other.
Now, do you pay on the Golden Gate Bridge? Do you pay coming in or going out?
South.
You pay coming into the city.
Into the city.
In.
Okay. Yeah. Oh well. So
Well, they let you get out for free. Okay.
Gee, so if I had to go to work every day like I did.
It's not only
12
homelessness.
times 5. That's ridiculous.
That's a lot of money. $60 a week.
Yeah.
It's $10.75.
What, $10.75 on the Golden
Yeah,
Gate?
for 2-axle motorcycles, 2 axles and motorcycles. Now, if you got a 3-axle truck, it's $32. A 4-axle truck is $43. 5 axles, it's $53.75.
Wow.
Which is what I used to pay when I was driving truck.
Mm-hmm.
That was the equivalent of that.
But the funny thing is, you have to pay to get out of Oakland for the Oakland Bay Bridge.
But none of them take any money anymore. You have to drive through. They don't.
Yeah.
They got that thing. I still have mine from the Golden Gate Bridge. I wonder if it still works. Anyway, hey, listen, we've run out of time here. Got a nice hour with all you people. A nice, intelligent bunch. Charlie,
already?
Huh?
Over already?
Oh well, I keep going, but Amy would get really mad at me. And she's next, by the way, over Cabinet. By the way, Charlie, thank you so much. It's wonderful having you here. Always good, Tom Yamaguchi. And where are you exactly in your house? Are you hiding from the front door?
I'm in the front of the house. The street is right out. My street is right out the other side of the door.
That's the front door.
That's my front door.
Okay. It doesn't seem like you have many kids coming in the last couple of hours, last minute.
We had enough.
Alan, thank you so much for being here. Josh, always a pleasure. Ray, always love having you here. Jeff, always a regular, always welcomed here. As is our good friend, wherever he happens to live, Kevin, and finally Brian Neary. Everybody, give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you, okay? There they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our citizen panel for tonight. Let me see here. How do I get out of this? Oh, yeah, I just go here. I forget things after a while. Anyway, here we go. Wait a minute, camera. Okay, transition. There we go. Okay. But we lost everybody now, and I'm going to hang up on the rest who are still there. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'll see you again on Monday with the pop-up show at 4 o'clock, and then that'll be on Facebook, and then we'll see you on next Wednesday at 10 o'clock, 10:30 rather, with the Ramble. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye.